Alright, so the final editor I want to show you is more of the nuts and bolts editor, where you can change, say, the color of your font in different areas. You can change the template of your website. You can change the size of some of your fonts, say for instance fonts over here. Change the color of links on your website. Say you wanted, instead of this kind of brownish background we have, brown and green, if you wanted to change that, you would use this editor. And it is called managing your website. That's the Google termed, that's what Google calls it. So to get there, we're going to take a step back. So you would log into your Google Sites, click on your website, and then you're going to go, again like in the layout editor, you'd go click on the More button and go all the way down to Manage Site. Click that. And once you've clicked here, here is where you can change. So right off the bat, here's your site name. If you want to ever change the name of your website, which would be displayed up here. Notice right now it says general, but you can have it. This is your site name is displayed up here in people's browsers. Site description, I'll talk to you about that later. But here is where you would essentially do those things. Say for instance you wanted to change some of the color of the text on some of the links on the side. So to do that, you would come down here to this window right here and scroll down, and you're going to go down to colors and fonts. So this brings up a page that has right here in this window, which you can scroll up and down. These are all the different elements that are on your website. So content area, that would be where this stuff is. Say site header, that's where this is. Content area gadgets, those are so not this page, but say your learning portfolio page. Maybe one of your PowerPoints, you could change stuff in there. You could change the text color or the link color in there. Again, for sidebar, that would be this area of your page. So as you can see, this editor is structured where the variables that you can change are on the top, and a preview of the things that you are changing are right below here, which is kind of nice. So say for instance you wanted to change the text of this stuff right here, the color of the text, or even the text itself. You would scroll, so starting from where it is at the very top, you would scroll all the way down to sidebar gadgets. Oh, yeah, sidebar gadgets. So say you want to change the font. Right here you'd click on sidebar gadget font. And then this is where the options that you have to change this. So you select the object that you want to change, and then over here is the various options that you have to change this. So right now we are using the theme default font, but if you wanted to change that, you'd go ahead and click custom, and then click right here. Oh, maybe you wouldn't click custom. Oh boy, it's thinking hard. There we go. So you click custom, and then you'd click this box right here. And here they have a bunch of different options you can choose. Up and down. So these are all the fonts you can use. Sometimes the more exotic the font, other computers won't have them. Like, someone visiting your website might not have that font loaded on their computer, in which case it would just go back to the default font. So feel free to pick something you like. That's how you would do that. I'm going to put it back to use theme default just because that's where it was before. Say you wanted to change the color of the text. You would go ahead and click sidebar gadget text color, and so that would change, say, this stuff, like how to contact me, and even some of this information right here, the phone number and the like. So once you click on that, you'd come over here and pick any one of these colors that you would like to use. And if there's a very specific color you want, there are ways that you can get the actual color number. So any color you can imagine has a number or a number letter combination assigned to it. You can figure out that number and then type it in there, and it'll put that color. It'll apply that color to the text you want. You can do this to the background color. And the background color would maybe be some of the color that's right behind these words. So right now I think it's on none, so it's just showing the template color. But that just shows the type of things that you can do with this. Say you want to change the font size. So you would go, the sidebar gadget title font size means the title of the gadget. So right here, this gadget we changed the title to How to Contact Me. So if you wanted to change the size of that font, maybe make that a little bigger, you would click that option. So the sidebar, where did it go? Shoot. Sidebar gadget title font size. Click that, and then you would go to custom, and then click right here to change the font size. So say you want it a little bigger, go to 12. Notice how that got a little bigger right there? That is how you change the font size. And I'm going to put it back to 10 just because that's where it was before. So yeah, it's much more of a nuts and bolts type of things that you're changing, little tweaks. And that's just for colors and fonts. Say you want to totally scrap the theme you chose and change that, you'd go back over here and click Themes. And here we can go back, and I remember we tried to experiment with, say, iceberg, and we didn't like the look of it, so we went back to the original one. But if you did want to change it, this is where you'd go. Let's see. Site layout, that was the editor I showed you previously. This is the old version of that editor. It's not very good. So that's basically what you're doing with the sort of nuts and bolts editor. Where you can change the name of your site is in the general category. That's the one that displays right when you enter this mode. Shares and permissions. This is where you would give different people access. So say you created a page that you only wanted certain people to view, people that you only give that link to. This is the place where you would go to set that up. You can change, right here, so who has access. So right now it's public on the web. Anyone on the internet can find it. But if you want to change that, you would just click change. And then you have some options. You can make it available to anyone with the link. So this would be, if you only want a specific person to see the website, you would click this option, and then it would give you a link for that site. And so you couldn't find this website through a Google search. Only people who had the link could find it. Or you could have it private, where it basically creates a list, and you put usernames of people with Google accounts on that list. It's very protective. So this is something you don't want. If you have something you really don't want to get out to only a few people, this is the safest way to have that. Just thought I'd show you that option. I'm going to click cancel just so I didn't accidentally change anything. So yeah, so to get out of managing site and to keep the changes you've made, well, first, say you don't want us to keep any of the changes, you would go to cancel and click that. If you do want to save the changes you'd made, you'd go up and click save. I'm going to click cancel because I wanted to keep things the way they were, so I would just click cancel here. But say that you did save the things that you changed. So I'm going to get us back to that window. You would click save, and it would save it. But notice it doesn't take you back to the website. How do you get back to the website? Well, you go up to where it says Galen Brandon's Digital Portfolio. That is the name of your website. And it has the arrow, kind of like a go back arrow. You want to click that, and it will take you right back here. And that is how